Ooh, late start. That's my fault. Staying up too late watching
the Joe Gaither Show on BamaCentral.com.
Watching Carson Beck edits. Carson Beck.
Ty Simpson gonna mess around and get knocked out of that Rams spot for Carson Beck.
Maybe.
He won't combine well.
Good morning, Tuscaloosa, Internet World, West Alabama. How we doing today on a Friday? It's, oh my gosh, the first non-football Friday in ages. Wow, terrible. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're doing better than we are with that news that just hit my soul. It is Friday, and we are live in the Derry Daniel State Farm Studios. We're presented by Purple Turtle Roofing. It's the Joe Gaither Show on Bama Central, BamaCentral.com. You guys are watching us on the Bama Central YouTube channel, listening to us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon, wherever you get your podcast, you can find the Joe Gaither Show on Bama Central with our man Mason Woods. Follow him at MAWoods_ on the Twitter machine. You can follow me at Joe Gaither 6. And we're going to have a lot of fun today talking about the transfer portal, as we've been doing for the last couple of days. A couple of guys that Alabama football has missed out on. A couple of guys that Alabama football is targeting. So we will. We got at least a corner, at least a wide receiver, at least an offensive lineman still in the scopes, in the on the radar. But you did lose out on an offensive lineman and a defensive lineman in the last 24 hours. And they never made it to campus. So hard to say if they even missed out on these guys. But we'll talk about who was on the radar that didn't come to Tuscaloosa. We'll talk about three of the guys that are right there. The staff is zeroing in on. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the game last night. Ole Miss losing to Miami. The Hurricanes getting it done, going to the national title game. ACC. Wow. We'll talk about that just a little bit. Really, Carson Beck, his performance last night. We'll talk about that just a little bit. And we will talk about basketball as Alabama is getting back on track tomorrow night against the Texas Longhorns in Coleman Coliseum. Taylor Bowen going out tweeting, "Don't write us off yet. We need all our fans in Coleman Coliseum on Saturday." Will you be there on Saturday as the Crimson Tide takes on the Longhorns in the third game of SEC play? So that's kind of what is on the docket today. As always, you can join us on the voicemail machine at 205-462-7340, extension 800. I got a voicemail from Robert. We'll lead off with that after we check in with Mason. We'll take your comments on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, or wherever you want, at Bama Central, at Joe Gaither 6, at MAWoods_. So with that, good morning, Mason. How we doing, sir?
Doing good this morning. Doing good. Got to watch a good football game last night. Can't complain about that. It's I'm not a Miami fan per se, but it's cool to see a new team be in the national championship. I'm always a fan of that. So I'm excited just to see some new blood there.
And I'm with you, and I'm a fan of a team that has aura, and Miami has infinite aura.
I agree with that. Like, I was rooting for Ole Miss last night. I think just because I love Pete Golding. I can't get enough Pete Golding. Give me all the Pete Golding content. The pregame college game day thing that they did with him and Marty Smith doing their little back and forth one-on-one. Like, I just like the guy.
He's very likable. He's very likable, but man, down the stretch on the last drive, it was vintage Pete Golding.
Yes,
drop 8 coverage, but not drop him in the right areas. I guess leave some zones open. Oh, it was. Carson's ripping him up in the last drive.
Carson was balling,
and I thought, Pete. We've seen this before. So you got to blitz somebody. You got to send some pressure somewhere. You got to do
fair.
something.
That's fair.
But no, I am with you. That look, I think Pete was treated unfairly when he was in Tuscaloosa. I know that's probably a controversial take, but I think he was treated unfairly when he was in Tuscaloosa. Anytime something went wrong, that dang Pete Golding, he looks like a drunk.
Yeah.
Oh, he looks like he needs a haircut.
Mm-hmm.
But if Nick Saban says that he's a defensive savant and says that he's a whiteboard wizard, then I'm going to believe that he's a whiteboard wizard. And really, he showed a lot of different things in Tuscaloosa and now he's with Ole Miss, being able to coach defense at a high level. I think that he was just, nobody wanted to criticize Nick Saban when And so it was, who's the easy target? It's Pete Golding. That dang Pete Golding's defense is not Jeremy Pruitt's defense. And so I think he was treated pretty unfairly. I was happy to see him win against Georgia, and happy to see him beat Tulane as well. They took it down to the wire. Last night I was just looking for a really good football game, and we got it.
We did get it. I think that Ole Miss is here to stay, probably. I think he is going to do a pretty good job there.
Gosh almighty.
Yeah, I think he's going to do a pretty good job there.
Our man Keith Connell.
I would say he might be more successful than Lane Kiffin will at LSU.
Ooh, that's a hot take. That's a fun one. That would be fun to examine over the next 5 years. Board. Yeah, I think that you get plus money on that wager.
I think I might be taking that right now, locking it in.
Good morning, Keith. How we doing? Keith Connell on the YouTube machine. Hey, gang, RTR. Roll Tide to you, Keith. Hope you have a great weekend. I appreciate you watching us today. So I hope you're staying dry wherever you are. It's raining outside in Tuscaloosa in West Alabama. Hope everybody's staying dry. You need good insurance on the roads, in your home. You need good insurance, especially on a wet day like today. Call Derek Daniel at 205-758-3391 for all of your insurance needs. He'll take care of you like a good neighbor. Derek Daniel is there. Call and see how much money he can save you today at 205-758-3391. So, I really enjoyed the game last night, the back and forth.
Michael Irvin on the sideline is just electric.
And Ray Lewis last night, too. It was like ×2. You had both of the guys.
Cam Ward was in attendance.
Yeah,
Miami legend.
One of the offensive linemen was on the social media machine beforehand. Cam Ward's here. I can't jump off. I can't false start tonight. I can't false start.
It was cool. I'm happy for Miami. I'm happy for Miami fans. I know that people kind of poo-poo on Hard Rock Stadium down there, the amount of people that show up to watch Miami. But I do think that the fans that are, real and they are very passionate. It's a passionate group, and they're happy to see their team winning. So I think it's fun.
I'm from a football standpoint, I'm pretty happy as well. Only thing you got to that really dampers it for me is I don't give a rip about conferences and ACC, SEC. You haven't played for a national championship game in 3 years, but they're painting Miami as this big old underdog because they're the ACC team that didn't even make their conference championship game and slipped in the last seed, the 10th seed. Let's be honest about some things. They only paid Carson Beck like $4 million. How much money is in that offensive and defensive line? And I'm not hating on them. I think that's the smartest way to build your program. Let's go out and make some offensive linemen and some defensive linemen a lot of money.
Pancake Honcho,
right?
Samson Okunlola.
Yeah, you had him. You had
Brockermeyer up there playing pretty well.
Exactly. You got old man James Brockermeyer in his 18th year of college football. And so it is a nice story. I mean, they did overcome adversity because losing two regular season games and then getting as the last seed and taking advantage of the moment. And obviously, last round for me was very impressive, beating Ohio State. Yeah. You're the underdog, but this offensive line. Inez Cooper, senior, Francis Mayoga, junior, James Brockermeyer, redshirt senior, Matthew McCoy, redshirt junior, Markel Bell, redshirt senior, old men who, hey, you've been good so far. How about some more money? How about you transfer to Miami, transfer to Coral Gables?
It's almost like we have a pretty good blueprint of how to build a national championship team in the current state of college football. But for some reason, Alabama seems to struggle in that department.
Well, I think it takes a while for a tanker ship to turn a different direction because, Alabama, you've been so stuck in recruit,
develop,
recruit, retain, develop, and win. But
it's just not the way it goes anymore.
Not really.
I mean, there's a few examples. Malachi Tony is a great example on Miami of you do still need to go recruit well and get your premium players in the high school ranks and bring them in. He's been excellent, true freshman wide receiver, one of the most electrifying guys in the country. But outside of him, it is a lot of juniors, redshirt juniors, seniors, redshirt seniors. You have your little bits and pieces here where you can plug in these young guys who are explosive, but overall, it helps to be old.
And you got to use the portal wisely, and I don't know if Alabama is really going aggressive as aggressive as they should. Look at this Miami roster: 6 of their starting 11 defensive players are transfers as of this year. 5 of their starting 11 offensive players are transfers. 11 of the 22. 11 of the starting 22 transferred in this season.
Who do we have? I mean, just off the top of my head for Alabama, we got Dewberry, Isaiah Horton, Parker Brailsford was a transfer. And then on the defensive side, you got Nakai Hill-Green, who worked in as a starter occasionally. Jeremy. Oh yeah, Jeremy. Duh. Not many though. I mean, you're not sniffing that half of your starters between the offense and defense are transfers. I don't think. I think you're pretty topping out at like 7.
Yeah. Okay. So we can do this exercise pretty quickly. I think Parker, Dewberry, nobody at right tackle or guard or left tackle. No quarterback. Well, Austin Mack, but who cares?
Yeah, if he hasn't played yet.
No running backs. Dre Washington didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Jeremy and Isaiah is 4. Jeremy and Isaiah. Josh Cuevas is 5. You have LT is 6. Other side of the ball, LT is 6. You have Justin Jefferson, technically JUCO from Mississippi.
Are we counting that?
Maybe, but he transferred before DeBoer.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
I don't know that we can even count that one.
So you go Nakai Hill-Green is 7.
Yeah.
You go Keon Sabb 8.
Damani
9.
All right. We're
9 of the 11.
Okay.
Or 9 of the 22. Excuse me. 9 of the 22.
Better than I thought off just the first impression there. But I mean, I still think like you said, I don't know that Alabama is being as aggressive as they should be in the transfer portal.
Well, they're doing this really cutesy thing called we're being loyal to our guys, the guys who are loyal to us.
Mm-hmm. Loyalty is non-existent in college football. I mean, I think you would be better off operating with that mindset than you would be operating with the current mindset they have.
I think that's an aspect. I also think the fan base has gone crazy in the last couple of days based on when, rumors said X, Johnny Smith Jr. is in the portal. Johnny Smith Jr.
That means we're getting this guy.
Is contacted by Alabama. We're getting Johnny Smith Jr. I can't wait for it. And then Johnny Smith Jr. goes to another school, and it becomes the staff missed on Johnny Smith Jr. They suck. Oh, they're terrible.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
pump the brakes, folks.
Did Johnny Smith Jr. even come to campus? Because the two guys.
Why couldn't they get him to campus?
Right.
They're terrible.
The two guys that we got on the list today
didn't
even come to campus. You have NC State offensive lineman who was supposed to be on the way.
I do.
Jakaris Peak.
That one does upset me a bit. Just because, and I've watched very little of his actual highlight tape from this season. I saw a few Twitter clips. That's about it. But just body type and body composition wise, I think he would have been a really good fit for what you're maybe trying to do along the offensive line this year.
Yeah, I think so. I agree with that. But
it is what it is.
Yeah, Jakaris Peak ends up taking a visit to South Carolina yesterday, day before, and never leaves South Carolina. And basically, yeah, exactly. Mason's doing the money side. Like you can put 2 and 2 together when, as a portalee, as a recruit, as a player, you're playing 2 different games right here. You're playing how much money do I think I can get? How much money am I going to get offered? And do I have enough leverage to leverage a couple programs against each other? I don't know. I do think Jakaris Peak is a good player.
Mm-hmm.
But let's say he takes an offer from South Carolina to Alabama. Hey, Alabama, South Carolina is offering me XYZ. Will you match it? Will you raise it? I think you get into real dangerous positions when you try to pit programs against each other. Well, does South Carolina then take that money and reallocate it somewhere else, and they get 2 or 3 players out of it, or a player and a half out of it? And so for a player like Jakaris Peak, you hear a good number. Hey, man, we're paying you X dollars. We want to offer you X dollars. Will you take it? You'll be our starting. Yeah, exactly. Because once it becomes a threshold of, yeah, that's about what I was in the market for, and I'm looking for a starting job, and I'm playing in the SEC, I'm good. Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. Like I said, it's a tough loss, but it just is what it is. There wasn't really anything you were going to do from Alabama's standpoint here.
Yeah, so you lost out on a lot offensive lineman. Hard to even say lost out. You never really got a chance to make your pitch to Valdosta, Georgia native Jakaris Peak, former 3-star recruit in the class of 2022, 4-star on the 24/7 site. So you never even got a chance to make your pitch to Mr. Jakaris Peak. And so you move on. You you go find another offensive lineman. We'll talk about one who's on campus today who you are in the market for.
Intriguing prospect for sure.
Yeah.
I think from the standpoint of the history with Alabama, intriguing. If we're talking about the same guy.
Yeah, we are. My big concern is his unit was not really amazing last year. I do think he's a good player, but I don't think his unit was really amazing last year. We'll get to DJ Chester in just a minute. Let's go back to the players that you missed out on. You missed out on Jakaris Pete, and you missed out on Jordan Ross as well. Jordan Ross was an edge rusher, a bandit type that you were excited about. 5-star from Vestavia Hills, went to Tennessee last year. Yeah, went to Tennessee last year. Yeah, that was his true freshman year.
Mm-hmm.
No, sophomore year. He went in the class of 2024. Excuse me. So Jordan Ross was a class of 2024 guy. Been at Tennessee the last 2 seasons. Earned freshman All SEC. Was that this year? Because he redshirted. His page is loading. No, yeah, he was a true sophomore. So 20 games already in 2 years. Freshman All SEC, edge rusher, pretty good player for Tennessee. Sure. You thought you were in line for him. Birmingham native, and ends up he's going to LSU because he never even made it to Tuscaloosa. Tough to see that happen, but I think LSU is extra motivated after what's happened in the pro playoffs and what's happened in the in all the drama sphere between Lane. We got to get us a win. We got to get us some good players. In 22 games for Tennessee, the man had 26 total tackles, 5 tackles for a loss, 1.5 sacks, 1 pass defended, 1 fumble recovery, and 1 forced fumble.
It's not the end of the world that you missed out on him, folks.
Yeah, I mean,
he's a good player, but that is not a level of production worth being as upset as I've seen some Alabama fans be.
Well, I think people get upset even more when it's, he's from Birmingham. Sure. He's an hour away. You didn't want, and they also get upset when apparently one of his reasons for transferring is I want to get closer to home. Oh,
peculiar.
What's the distance between Birmingham and Knoxville? What's the distance between Birmingham and Baton Rouge?
Yeah. What's the distance between Birmingham and Baton Rouge look like when there's an extra $2 or $3 million?
Hey, man, that travel becomes real easy at that point. Just hop on that Amtrak and ride it all the way down, mama.
I don't know. I'm not there in Baton Rouge. I'm not there talking to these kids with the LSU staff, but it is, in my opinion, pretty apparent that they are just throwing money at the wall.
Oh yeah,
they're anything Lane Kiffin wants to offer somebody, they're going to back it up. All right, yeah, sure, we'll pay it, whatever.
Yeah, Lane, who is it?
Todd Gray's writing a check right now.
1,000%. And so that becomes really tough to compete with. Yeah. And that becomes like, I guess somebody can counter and say, I don't care if it's tough. We got to figure out a way. And I was like, how? What would you
Tell
do?
me how then. Yeah. No one has an answer because there isn't an answer. It just is what it is.
I mean, Jimmy Gump, do you have $4 million for him? Because if so, we can compete. I don't think $4 million is the number, but I do think it's a good bit.
Yeah.
And like Courtney Morgan sitting there with his budget, trying to fit everything in the budget. So
it's hard to do. I mean, Alabama does not have you don't have a Todd Graves. You don't have a Mark Cuban donating a bunch of money to Indiana this week. You just don't have that. Don't get me wrong, you got a lot of money, but you don't have that kind of money.
Keith Connell, Peak would have been a big get. The staff better get on the developmental train with the kids we have on campus now. Man, I do not disagree one bit. I think that it is so important. Keith, you're exactly right. It is so important to be going to your William Sanderses, to be going to your Jackson Lloyd. Like this offseason time, whoever ends up being the offensive line GA needs to live with Jackson Lloyd. Like, you need to just be like pouring all of your resources in. Because, like, technically speaking, you're really only looking for one position right now.
Yeah.
And you're really only looking for a center or a guard because you've got 4 linemen who, these 4 guys could play.
Yeah.
Will they be all SEC level? Ooh, I think that's a big stretch, but they could play. You're looking for another starter level player in the portal at center or guard. And so, like, I think that becomes like Brock Riker. We want to know what he's up to.
Yeah.
I think Brock Riker becomes your next we really want to have this transfer of land.
I enjoy that the reports, the very few and far between reports that I have seen actually on this Brock Riker fella, most of them have indicated that he's keeping a lot of this information close to his chest and not being very public with what, he's just not out here. Oh, I'm visiting here. I'm visiting. He's just,
that's a real football player.
Exactly. That's what I'm looking for. That's kind of offensive lineman that you need on this team.
That's a real football
guy
player.
That don't care about anything except for playing ball.
Yeah, have you gone to Our Lads lately for Alabama?
I have not.
Go to it and look at this offensive line that they have put together. It's the most disgusting thing ever.
Oh dear.
It's so terrible. I mean, I'm sorry to say that because I think all these guys work hard. You got Jackson Lloyd at left tackle, William Sanders at left guard. Okay, we're in agreement. Yep. You got Mal Walter playing center. Okay. I'm sorry, that's not going to happen.
No, I don't think so.
Casey Pope playing right guard. That could happen.
There's a chance.
I think Casey could play center also. And then Michael Carroll at right tackle. And then the backups are literally nothing. Arcella Nuglam is already gone. And then Graham Roten is a walk-on type. And yikes!
Yeah, it doesn't have a fella from Michigan on there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying it's not up to date. Is the point?
That's yeah, no. To your point that you said a minute ago, are these guys going to be all SEC level? Maybe not, but I mean, I think I think Michael Carroll has a chance to be that kind of player next season, given the experience he gained this year. And I thought he looked pretty good. And obviously, he had some struggles at times, but he was a true freshman. What do you expect? But yeah, I don't think this is going to be a year we're going in saying this could be the best offensive line Alabama's had in years.
And if I ever say that again, shoot me. If I ever say that, that sentence should never come out of anyone's mouth again. We're way past the 2012s, the 2010s, the 2014, 15 offensive lines. Oh yeah, we're way past all that. Let's go to the voicemail line because those are two guys that you've missed. You missed out on Jordan Ross and you missed out on Jakaris Peak. Two guys I think will contribute pretty highly for their programs, but just didn't get them on campus. Didn't get a chance to talk to them.
Folks, just is what it is.
Let's go to the voicemail line, 205-462-7340, extension 800. I know we got Robert from Brookwood.
Yo, Robert from Brookwood. Hope everybody had a Merry Christmas. I wish you a Happy New Year. I just got one question. Why hasn't the offensive line coach at Alabama been fired yet? There's got to be a change. No matter how many good linemen you get, it's got to be coaching. Talk to me, guys. Have a good day.
It's a valid question.
Roll Tide, Robert. Yep, that was it. Yeah,
that's a valid question. I think I don't remember what day it was. We kind of talked about that directly, but seems that maybe it's pointing to that it's going to be after the transfer portal closes when those kind of things happen, when the staff starts to really shake up a bit, and seemingly everything is pointing to Chris Kapilovic maybe moving on to somewhere else.
Yeah, I'm still in that camp that the moves will happen after the portal closes, so the 16th. But I'm also there's 3, 5, 10% of me that's starting to creep up of, maybe we're not going to have a move. Maybe we're not going to have a move at all. And if so, golly, that makes me so not excited.
I would agree with that. I am in agreement with Robert. A change needs to be made at that at the coaching spot. You can come up with any kind of excuse you want for Chris Kapilovic this last season. I don't think any of them are valid. He just didn't coach well. You didn't have a good offensive line. You went in. It's never a good indicator of where your coach is when you go in with such a great offensive line on paper and then they play as bad as they did all season.
Were they the worst unit on the team?
Yeah,
I'm asking genuinely. Well, yeah, but special teams they picked it up a little bit,
right? And as a whole, I mean, it was really just kind of a few moments here and there. It wasn't a few moments; it was a lot of moments. But I don't think it'd be crazy to say.
I mean, it's not DBs.
Who was the best unit on the team?
Not the best unit on the team.
Linebackers.
The best unit on the team were the defensive backs.
Yeah,
probably. The defensive backs first. I think Ty should get consideration. I think quarterbacks should get consideration because kept you alive without a running game.
Yeah.
Got you 11 wins without a running game. Wasn't great in some moments.
Do you think how much are people going to, this is a mean question.
Go ahead.
How much is Ty Simpson going to be remembered?
Oh, not well.
And I hate that for him because, I look, I have said my fair share of probably not exactly nice things about him this season because he didn't play super well. He played, above average, sure, but he was never really reached that elite level. But yeah, I hate that for him. For a guy that spent as much time as he did here, that gave as much as he did to this program. I'm unfortunately kind of in agreement with you that I'm concerned, we'll be sitting here 10 years down the road and remember Ty Simpson? Oh, yeah, I forgot about that guy.
Well, I'll ask you, how well is John Parker Wilson remembered? Is that a fair comparison? Obviously, JP Dub played more, played more.
I feel like Jake Coker might be an okay. Jake Coker
won national title,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So you're looking for that second tier level quarterback who's still pretty good,
but just didn't quite get there.
Right, and John Parker is forgotten about in a lot of these conversations that we have about best quarterback ever. And John Parker should be in that, should be in the upper part of that. I mean, he's not Bryce, he's not Tua, but he
served you dang well.
Right, he's not Brandon Avalos either.
Oh man, yeah, that's probably a pretty decent comparison. I hate that for Ty.
Unless Ty just goes out and has 10 Pro Bowl seasons.
Yeah,
that's our quarterback.
Go win you a Super Bowl in LA or something, and then we'll all remember your name.
That's our quarterback. We always loved him.
Yeah.
Wish he would have stayed another year.
I hate that. That's unfortunate, but it's probably correct.
Oh, tragic. Where was I headed? We had the two players that you missed. You had the Robert voicemail. Yeah, Robert. I'm hoping that there's a change made.
Me too.
I'll be pretty leery. I think that's the right word. Weary of projecting Alabama even in the top 4 of the SEC next year. If you have the same offensive line coaching,
yeah, everybody else getting better,
right? And it's the most critical position. I'm sorry, Carson Beck is a good quarterback, but Carson Beck's life is made a lot easier when he can turn around and hand it to the running back and he can weave for 4 yards.
Yep.
And watch those Miami runs. He's not just smashed into the hole. He just sits and waits and then starts weaving through and then goes. It's the running back issue too, but the offensive line, to be able to lean on an offensive line, and you throw your screen pass to Malachi Toney to take the lead before the final touchdown, right? The second to last touchdown, and it's 5 offensive linemen in a wave. Yeah. Yes, they looked beautiful.
It was awesome.
It looked beautiful.
Even on the touchdown run, too. He's doing the little scrambling. He kind of drops back a little bit. And right as this guy's coming to take, you see, I think it was the right guard. He ran 7 yards backwards to go hit this dude to keep him off of Carson. And you just didn't have any of that.
Right. The offensive line for Miami, the last all year long,
they're
really
mean and nasty.
But you see it in the college football playoff. That's what an elite group looks like. And we're miles from it. Miles.
So far away from it.
They pass blocked well. That's because they're overweight. They're big dudes just standing there.
Yeah. Oh man. It's not going to be fixed in one off season. I'm fairly confident in saying that. I don't think. We will still be upset with this offensive line next season a little bit. Now, it cannot be even close to as bad as it was this year. But I still think like you said,
as long as they look more athletic.
Yes, they're just so far away that I think it's it's going to be a process to get this offensive line back to where it once was for Alabama. Back to where it was in the late 2010s there in the 2020 season. It's going to take a while to get back there.
All right, so let's talk about some players that Alabama is zeroed in on after we tell you about our friends at Purple Turtle Roofing. At Purple Turtle Roofing, we're not just another contractor. We're your neighbor and your advocate when it comes to protecting your home or business. With years of hands-on experience, top-tier certification, and a commitment to excellence, we've built a reputation as Alabama's go-to roofing solution. We specialize in residential roofing, commercial roofing, emergency storm repairs, full-on roof replacements, insurance claim support, and more. Call them today at 877-787 877-6635 for your free roof inspection today. Brax Garrison will get on your roof, make sure that you are good to go, see what you got going on up there, make sure you don't have any trouble spots. So call them today at 877-787-6635. They will give you a free roof assessment and let you know what you got going on in your home. Give you the peace of mind that you deserve. Purple Turtle Roofing. Roofing with heart, built to last. All right, let's keep going. One way that Alabama could improve its offensive line is by accepting the transfer of DJ Chester, 6'6", 315 pounds, redshirt sophomore, right there out of Conyers, Georgia. Eagles Landing Christian Academy by way of LSU. Ended up the last couple of seasons. Actually, he's going to be a redshirt junior, so he'll be older. He just finished his redshirt sophomore season. He's played 24 games for LSU. He started in 14 of them. And played pretty much all over the offensive line. Played center, played guard, played a little tackle. So here's your offensive lineman. Is this a Geno Vandermark part 2?
I was just about to say. Oh, man. I loved Geno, but Geno was never a starting caliber player. He was always just, that's the guy that knows how to do it.
925 offensive snaps in 2024, 592 pass blocking opportunities, only allowed 4 sacks. So,
all right.
Let's see. He returns as LSU starting center. They haven't updated the 25 bio. So on LSU, returns as LSU starting center after earning freshman All SEC at the position in 2024. Yeah, he came as a freshman in 23, redshirted, and All SEC in 2024. Started 13 games as center in 2024. Played all but one underclassman, but only played 7 games this year. According to the statistics. This man, former 4-star recruit from 24/7 Sports, was the number 1 interior offensive lineman in the class, was the number 5 overall player in Georgia. Is that accurate here? That's what this says on 24/7 Sports. Was the 54th overall prospect, according to 24/7 Sports, in the class of 2023 out of McDonough, Georgia. DJ,
on paper, it's good prospect. Good, seemingly. I am in
agreement. I don't want my center wearing number 79 though.
Yeah, I don't like that.
That's a tackle number. Get out and play tackle, brother.
You need to get you a nice 51 jersey, buddy. Yeah. I'm equally as I think leery. Still not sure which way we're using those words. As you are with just being concerned that LSU's offensive line as a whole was leery bad. Of. Yeah, I am. That concerns me a bit here. LSU did not have a good offensive line this past season. Now, like you said, he only played in 7 games, you said? So, maybe he was not the biggest part to blame for that offensive line being so bad, but I still, that brings me a bit of concern there. It's just that he is leaving a bad unit where he didn't necessarily help them play a lot better.
He was rated 76 on College Football 26.
That don't mean nothing. I would love to see just like a little peek behind the scenes of how those ratings are calculated.
That guy feels like an 83.
Because that's how I imagine it goes. It's a group of people who maybe watch 1 or 2 games per weekend, and they say, he looks all right. Yeah, sure.
5-star prospect. He's got to be an 86. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would say that's probably how it goes.
Man, his 24/7 page says he's fast. Give him a 98 speed.
I'd be happy if you got this guy. I think you need the depth along the offensive line. We did the little exercise running through the Alabama R Lads page, and there's no one there behind to back up anybody that they have penciled in as starters on that page. So you need depth. You just need bodies. You got to go get guys on the offensive line here. So bring them in. And hopefully you can lock that in and get you a decent transfer from a high level program, and then continue getting more guys.
Yeah, he played against Clemson, Louisiana Tech, Southeastern Louisiana. So those are the first 3 games of the year. Then played against Vanderbilt. Yeah, so he missed about a month. But played against Vanderbilt, played against Texas A&M, missed about another month, and played against Western Kentucky and Oklahoma. 7 games.
We'll see what happens. I'm trying to find out if there is any information about it, his injury was, but I'm struggling to find any actual information. But I mean, outside of him, like I think there's another guy too. Another Michigan transfer who could maybe be on your radar, Ty Haywood.
Oh yeah,
a guy that was committed to Alabama at one time.
Oh yeah,
big old body. Now maybe a little bit bigger than I have said we were looking for on this show, but whatever. If you feel like you can make it work, you can make it work. Like I said, you just need bodies at this point.
Ty Haywood, true freshman season,
6'5", 315.
Yeah, right at that from Denton, Texas.
Big boy.
Isn't he buddies with Keelan? Weren't they buddies?
Wouldn't shock me. I'm sure they know each other.
Right, but I think he went to Michigan for a lot of money.
I think you are correct.
Which is fine, but it's that's what was so interesting to me yesterday when I saw him going to the portal. It's like, do you just not like Kyle Whittingham? Like, are they cutting your pay? What's the real reason why you're going to the portal? Are you still looking for a big paycheck, or do you want to? Like, we'll take you play tackle. Kick Michael Carroll on inside.
It'll be fine. So I think that's his true position anyway.
Yeah, kick Michael Carroll into guard. You can play tackle. DJ Chester can play center, and Caden Strayhorn can play the other guard.
Sure, for me,
we're set.
So I mean, look, it sounds like an okay line,
right? Like you could get to a good line with just a couple of steps. I think everybody losing their mind about Jacarius Peak. Like, I understand you want to get everybody that you already had on your radar, and everybody, like, look, we're doing this show, and every day we've talked about 2 to 4 players. These mother jokers are balancing hundreds, 50, like at least 50. Let's be conservative. At least 50. They've got a bunch of players on their board, and it's all moving pieces left and right. And it's all, well, this guy said this dollar, that guy said that dollar, this guy wants this opportunity, that guy wants this opportunity. How can we make this puzzle fit? And it's like, we're seeing the puzzle in 4 pieces today, right? We've got two offensive linemen, we've got a wide receiver and a defensive back, on our radar. And so, like, if Alabama misses out on DJ Chester or misses out on Carmelo O'Neal and he goes to another school, it's going to be like, dang it. Mm-hmm. But we're not sitting there looking at the stats board that has 50 dadgum players on it. And it's like, you missed out on him, 49 more. We got to figure out a way the puzzle fits. So, like, there's no reason. Like, I understand losing out on Jacarius Peak makes you upset, why aren't they doing their job? Well, that's the guy we needed. Yeah. And it may have been. He may be the best left tackle, best player in college football next year. I doubt it. But like, you just don't see how the whole puzzle fits. Yeah. And so there's no reason. Like, am I upset that you didn't get Jordan Ross? A little. 2%, 1%, but like, it doesn't matter because the whole puzzle's not locked in yet. Yeah. Like, my dad's a big puzzle guy. He'll get a little section together. It looks pretty good. But by the time he's all the way done, it's like, wow, there's a pretty picture there. There's a cool picture. And like, let's get to spring practice and see what this roster looks like. Everybody's going to be going to the portal for 6 more days. 6 more days. 6, 7 more days, right? And so we'll see, who all is gone, but they don't have to have new schools by then. They got to be and obviously they're going to be incentivized to enroll so that they can do all the things that they're needed to do. But like, the puzzle's not going to be complete in 7 days.
Yep. Yeah. There's going to be, there's just not any, you're just working yourself up. Like, if you're getting mad over this, like, you're just working yourself up for nothing, because what you said is exactly right. We are not going to have the complete picture of what this team's going to look like for a while. So just, see what happens. Read what we do. Read what we write about when the guys do come, when the guys do transfer. But when they don't lose sleep over it, because it just is what it is.
So Alabama hosting DJ Chester. We'll see if they get anywhere on Ty Haywood's radar. I kind of doubt it, just because of the money factor, but that would be great. That'd be cool. He's probably going to Texas. Is he Texas?
Well, I mean, why wouldn't you want to go protect Arch Manning?
Yeah. Do you hear basically Sarkisian and the Texas people upset because basically the transfer portalees are going to Texas and using them as leverage at other schools? Well, Texas said they'd pay me $4 million.
You've created your own beast, Texas. I don't feel bad for you whatsoever. Now, remind me, who was the team that backed up, 5, 6, 7, 8 Lamborghinis, Ferraris, Range Rover, whatever, insert six-figure car. It was sitting there at that facility for kids to come take pictures in and post on their Instagram pages, and hand on the deck. Like, you did this to yourself, Texas. Nobody feels bad for you.
Yeah, apparently their backups are going to Sark and being like, well, I was a backup this year. I'm going to be a starter next year, right? And I'll have X 100 yards, X 1,000 yards. So you should pay me big old raise just for being a starter.
What about it was being kind of thrown back in Sarkisian's face a little bit this past week, but and I can't even remember who it was now. I think it was a wide receiver maybe that enters the transfer portal and then withdraws his name 2 or 3 days later, and the clip resurfaces of Steve Sarkisian saying, if you enter the transfer portal here, you're gone. Yeah. We don't want you back.
We're not taking you back.
Your spot here is gone at Texas. It's funny how it all changes. I don't feel bad for Texas.
I don't either.
I don't think anybody does except for Texas.
There's no reason to feel bad for any of these programs because they're all agreed to play the game.
Yeah.
They've all agreed to play the money game. They've all agreed to keep up the amateurism, facade that
they are not paying them for football.
We're not employees. Like until they all look at each other and be like, "Hey guys, what are we doing here?" Like, "Hey guys, we're paying them to play ball.
Yeah,
let's work this out." Because you got a situation in Washington, right? Oh. The Washington quarterback, I think, is a positive thing. I think it's a really positive thing.
He went back.
Well, that he went back, but the real reason why I think he went back, I guess he's going to get paid a lot of money to be a Washington Husky, right? But the contract that he signed was pretty. I mean,
it's very
binding.
Language.
Yeah, it's not binding. It's not really binding, but like in terms of today's college football, it's really binding.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, what it included a buyout for any school he transferred to, as well as like a transfer fee.
Kept him. He signed to not go back in the portal. Part of the contract to not go back in the portal. Like a lot of different languages that basically ensured that once he signed it, buddy, you're playing for the Huskies this year. And
man, that's going to be an awkward season this year.
Maybe. You work it out.
Yeah, you go out and you win your first game. Everybody will forget about what happened. But
right.
Boy, that spring practice is going to be awkward.
You work your tail off at spring practice and win them back. I mean, that's all you can do. And so, to me, I think it's a huge positive for college football. You're going to get now, of course, that contract is going to eventually be challenged in court. Apparently, it's a pretty standard. It's becoming a pretty standard Big Ten kind of style contract. And shoot, I bet you these other conferences like they did what? They kept him. We all of us are doing the same style contract, and it'll get challenged in court, I'm sure. Antitrust, this, that, and the other. But like, it's a small step too. We're gonna get it back to the right spot. It's definitely broken at the point it is right now. 1 year rentals. Everybody's shopping for everybody. Everybody's tampering with everybody's roster. But like, it's either breaking or broken. It's close to that, and I think we're about to start shifting this tanker truck back into this Freightliner back to a positive direction.
I hope so.
All right, so Alabama got DJ Chester in on campus. Carmelo O'Neal, defensive back out of Mercer, is also on campus. Mercer safety. He played in 11 games. Let's see, to a sophomore. He's gonna be a junior this coming year. So 3-year career already into 2 seasons with Mercer, 23 games. He has 54 total tackles, 2 for a loss, 1 sack. He has 12 pass breakups, 10 this past season as a sophomore, 1 forced fumble. I bet you since you went to Mercer, you probably did not have a very good recruiting profile. Let's find out. What's your 24/7 Sports recruiting profile? Not ranked. So my man probably didn't go to any sort of camps or anything like that. Out of Westlake High School in Atlanta, Georgia. So probably just went to high school and Mercer found me. So 6'4", 200 pounds out of high school, listed still at 6'4", 200 pounds on Mercer's website.
It's an old.
Yeah. Look, you're going to need bodies. You're losing Keon Sabb. You might lose Bray Hubbard.
Lost Cam Calhoun.
Right. This is just value replacement.
Cam Calhoun, you see, visiting Auburn.
Is he really?
He's at Vanderbilt today. He's going to be visiting Auburn later.
Well, War Eagle, have a blast.
Godspeed, buddy. Hope you enjoy your time there.
Yeah. I hope you make Alex Golesh pay you a lot of money.
I do too. Yeah, we'll say that.
That's a $2 million safety right there. $2 million.
Yeah.
$1 million for every tackle.
I'm with you. You need bodies. I don't know that, if you land this guy, he's gonna be the end all be all in your defensive back room there. I don't know how much he'll really see the field or if he will at all or what. I don't know. But you need bodies. So I'm happy that they're trying to go get bodies. And he does, he fits the mold, like I said, of what I think this staff has targeted at the defensive back spot of getting guys that are basically just like physical specimens, 6'3", 6'4", super long arms, physical, athletic. So like he fits that mold, and it's obvious that they have a type.
Carmelo O'Neal. Let's see if he's got anything on the YouTube. I bet not. Yeah, all this is Carmelo Anthony coming up. Different Carmelo, folks. But yeah, I mean, I would imagine this is not a high dollar portalee, but we do want to keep up with who all is coming in town, and Carmelo O'Neal is one of them out of Mercer. All right, other guy that's on the radar that is apparently visiting is Tony Diaz. Tony Diaz, wide receiver out of UT Rio Grande Valley. Whew.
The Vaqueros.
Yeah. What level of football is that, Mason?
I think they just started playing football like either this past year or the year before. I think it's a pretty new program. What division do they play in? They are FCS, and they play in... Why can I not find their conference? I don't know. Southland Conference. They went 9-3 last year.
Great. The Vaqueros. They're awesome.
They did something this past year. Maybe they got a new facility. I just remember them popping up on my Twitter feed, and it was, unbeknownst to me that this program even existed. Okay, so yeah, it started back up in 2024. And then joined the Southland Conference this past season. Went 9-3. Good for them.
All right, great. Exhibition season in 24. My man Tony Diaz redshirted in 2024. He's a redshirt freshman, 5'11", 176. Okay. He caught 68 passes this past season in 2025 for 875 yards and 11 touchdowns, averaged 12.9 yards per catch. Is this your Cole Adams replacement?
Possibly. Is this your future punt returner?
Your fair catch man, Mr. Fair Catch?
I mean, I have the same opinion of this guy that I have of the fellow from Mercer. I don't know that, good. You go get bodies, that's fine. Go get depth pieces. I don't know that he's going to be a real game changer if he does come to Alabama. I doubt that. He thinks I think he probably knows what he's stepping up from UTRGV to Division I here. I doubt he's expecting to step in and be 1,000-yard guy his first year.
Well, why not? I mean, Ole Miss used a Division II quarterback to go to the national semifinals.
Fair enough.
He was not rated as a prospect. Probably one of those ones that don't play the game. 5'11", 176 from San Marcos, Texas. San Marcos High School in Texas. Literally nothing on his bio pages except for enrolled in 24 and transfer portal now in the last 2 weeks. Let's see. Can we find any sort of tape on this guy? Diaz.
Looks like he did not serve as a return man at all last year for.
Oh, there we go. All right. Yeah, here's 2 minutes. Here's 2 minutes. We can watch him a little bit. Playing on the outside here. Okay, so he's not straight in the slide. Playing on the outside, runs a streak, and tracks the ball pretty nicely down the field. This is only 2.5 minutes of highlights, so we'll see. Next time, outside receiver again. Deep post, burn, baby, burn, all the way past everybody. Deep post, deep touchdown. Let's keep going.
Home run hitter?
Maybe. Outside again, basically flag route. Oh, in the back of the end zone, touchdown. Okay, still playing on the outside. Another shot. Is this another long touchdown pass? Golly.
Fast. Looks like he got good hands.
Good. Nice at the point of attack. Now, the only thing is being 5'11".
Sure.
But shows good ball skills right here in these. I mean, this is just highlights, but good ball skills right here. Breaks a tackle. I mean, you're also going up against children, high schoolers in the Southland Conference.
You know what his nickname is? The Boogeyman.
The Boogeyman. Oh, we need him. Hollywood and the Boogeyman.
He's got it tattooed on his arm. You can't kill the Boogeyman.
Hollywood and the Boogeyman together at last.
I love this fella. I'm in. I'm in on Tony Diaz.
Tony.
Yeah, I'm in on this.
He's fast. He's shifty. I mean, granted, he's playing against high schoolers here.
Sure.
Southland Conference out of the slot, goes straight up the seam. Oh, you ain't catching me. Okay, yeah, that was against McNeese State, but who cares? Yeah, good player.
I think he's a pretty good player.
Is he going to be all SEC? No, but could he turn into something in the wide receiver room? Maybe.
Yeah.
He and Keelan get on the same page. He and Austin Mack. He looks like Austin Mack's new best friend.
I like this guy. This feels like a pretty good job of evaluating talent by the staff and identifying some underrated guys that are maybe nobody's really talking about as much.
Oh, he's run about 8 different routes on this 2-minute highlight
Love
tape.
that.
So yeah, definitely like that. We like him more. He's mostly working on the outside. He has had a couple in the slot, but most of this has been X or Z receiver, X or Z receiver. So we'll see what you got, Tony Diaz. But this is a guy that you're probably not paying a lot of money for, and so it's just like I saw this about the other day. Somebody was talking about getting on to the Alabama fans for getting upset about missed players, and it's like, yeah, you don't want to miss out on Jordan Ross and DeCaris Peak. I get that, but he's like, just grind the tape. He said there's Division II guys that are making a huge impact. He was using the Trinidad example. Like, just go find the guys. There are ball players out there. You don't have to pay all these ball players $3 million to come here, $1 million to come here. Like, you just don't. Like,
we talked about. Look what Indiana did. I got a team from JMU, team full of 0 stars, 2 stars, 3 stars. Like,
and now Mark Cuban helped pay them.
Sure, but like, they identified talent that was underrated when they were at JMU in that area. They brought them with them to Indiana, continued to develop them, and now they are the best team in the country.
Keith, appreciate your time, man. Says great show. Got to get some work done. Roll Tide to you and Mason. Catch you on the next one. Absolutely, Keith. Hope you have a great day, man. Thanks for watching us and hanging out with us on the YouTube machine. Hope you get a lot of work done and enjoy the weekend.
It's like the only other visit I'm seeing for this Tony Diaz fella. He was in Kentucky earlier this week.
Tony. Well, you're definitely coming here over Kentucky. Come on now.
I would think so. They don't have a quarterback. They were going to get Sam Leavitt, and then they didn't.
And I guess LSU is trying to circle back on Sam Leavitt because
this is exactly why I think Pete Golding will be more successful than Lane Kiffin.
Because Pete doesn't play these silly games.
He doesn't play the damn game. Right. He says, "Hey, we play football here. If you want to play football, you can come play for me." All right, yeah.
Here's the dollar number. You want it or not? All right.
You hear he in his little, the one-on-one thing on game days. Yeah, my friends always hated coming over to my house when I was a kid, man, because I didn't watch cartoons. We got up on Saturday morning. We were watching football or we were playing outside. That's the kind of coach I want.
Yeah, I think that LSU, like, sometimes you play the game, you're going to get burned. And he goes, "Ooh, there's a quarterback from Washington that I want more than you while you're on my visit." Because apparently that visit did not go well.
Man, oh man, oh man, man, oh man. You hear and it's all unconfirmed rumors just from the Twitter machine, but you hear that Cam Coleman got food poisoning while he was in Lubbock?
No.
Supposedly. That's what Twitter's saying. I don't know how true that is.
I hate that for him. Just hate that for him.
He's in Tuscaloosa today, isn't he?
This was
supposed to be the day he was going to visit. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Supposed to be. We'll see.
Maybe that's where that Isaiah Horton money is trying to go to.
Yeah. I mean, and look, you want to cry about Isaiah Horton? The man didn't block a soul.
Yeah.
He was a red zone monster. Absolute red zone monster.
Who was it? Had somebody in my replies yesterday that put it pretty perfectly. Let me see if I can find what he said. Here we go. Oh, man. Of course, nothing wants to load as quickly as I need it to. Poor blocker, not bad separation, lethal in the red zone and contested catches, will always be an Iron Bowl legend. We'll get the money that he wants elsewhere. On to the next.
Yeah, that's all that. Perfect summation.
Yeah, the man couldn't block a soul. I don't think he wanted to block a soul.
Yeah, I wonder. I mean, we blame the offensive line, rightfully so, but the skill guys as a whole were not good. I mean, Cuevas was fine-ish, but he wasn't good at it.
Yeah, I mean, it was. Yeah.
All right, so those are the 3 guys that are on your radar. You got DJ Chester, Carmelo O'Neal, and Tony Diaz should all be on your radar for potential additions for the Crimson Tide. Don't cry too much this weekend over losing out on Jordan Ross and DeCaris Peak. Just let the staff put the puzzle together, and once they say, "Here's the puzzle," then we can judge and decide
Yeah, they've got a 30,000 piece puzzle in front of them.
Jeez Louise.
Well, I mean, what was the? I don't even know what we won't know the final tally until I guess the transfer portal closes officially. But even I think on like the second or third day it was open, the number was over 4,500 players in the portal.
That's nuts.
And it was 31 or 30.5% of total players in college football headed into the transfer portal. Like, folks, ain't that many teams. It's crazy, but that's what this staff is dealing with right now.
That and every single one of them wants to.
They all think they're the greatest thing since sliced bread.
They are, aren't they?
That's what their mama tells them.
That's right.
That's what all their high school coaches told them.
That's the real issue. All right, Mason, let's finish this bad boy up with a little basketball because Alabama basketball returns to Coleman Coliseum on Saturday night to take on the Texas Longhorns at 7 o'clock. You guys can see it on ESPN. You can follow all the coverage right here on BamaCentral.com. Texas 0-2 in SEC play so far this season. They have lost to Mississippi State and Tennessee. They lost pretty close to Mississippi State, 101-98 at home. They lost on the road to Tennessee, 85-71. They have a 7-footer, Mattis Vokatitis. Is how I'm going to say his name. Mattis Vokatitis.
I think that's right.
7-footer, 7 foot 255 sophomore. So that gives me some concern. But looking at over the rest of their roster, he's playing 59% of their minutes at center. They got Dalen Swain playing 66% of their power forward minutes, 6'8", 225. Camden Heide, 6'7", junior, 42%. Do I know him? Did he play somewhere else last year? Purdue. That's why I know him. Camden Heide. He's 2 years at Purdue and now this year at Texas. So that's a familiar face. Tremont Mark, 6'5" senior, is guard. I know him as well. Didn't he go somewhere else? Arkansas. Yeah, Houston. Goodness gracious, this guy's been in college for 10 years. Tremont Mark, Houston for 3 years, a year at Arkansas, and this is his second year at Texas. How many daggum years is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is his 6th year of college for Tremont Mark. That's why I know him. 3 years at Houston, 1 at Arkansas, and then now at Texas. And then Jordan Pope, 6'1" senior, playing point guard. Jordan Pope, Oregon State for 2 years, Texas for the last 2. So great, awesome. I just clicked something on my computer. Close the right view. I just made my browser into 2 little batters. Okay, that was nice.
Should win this game. Win this game pretty easily.
Yeah, should take care of business. Kitty Pomeroy says that Alabama should win by 12 points. 95-83 is the computer's prediction. Texas, what did we say they were? Texas is 51st in KenPom, 22nd overall offense, 120 in defense. So you got a bad defense, you playing Alabama, that's a bad recipe. Yeah. Alabama, number 2 offense, number 67 overall defensive efficiency, 11th overall in pace. Texas going pretty slow, 132 in pace. Should blow them off the floor.
You certainly should. By every metric here that we have available to us, you should win this game easily. You should be able to put up a lot of points in this game. You should be able to get your offense really moving well.
As long as you don't get snake bitten by some weird injury in the middle of the game.
Yeah, we're going to hear from Nate today.
Yeah, 12:15.
I guess we'll get an update on where everybody's at.
Yeah, I'm going to ask him if he feels snake bitten by the injuries. I wonder if that's the best way to ask that. Snake bitten or bad luck? Do you feel like you've had bad injury luck or? But I'm also going to add in there. Do you feel like the guys are taking care of their bodies off the floor? You've been highly complimentary of Clark Holter and the training staff this year. Do you feel like the team is playing too much Fortnite, eating too much Cheetos, too much?
Coach, what's the Barons? What's his pantry look like? I bet it's not good. I bet it's a bunch of. I'm still so mad about that. It's just frustrating. Like you should have won that dang game.
Yes.
And your best player. I mean,
full body cramps.
Maybe changes game to game. But like your best player on the team couldn't play because he doesn't take care of himself.
Were you eating ramen noodles and brownies?
What were you doing, man?
I mean,
drives me nuts. And I know I say that sitting here looking the way I do, but
I'm
not
nobody's
a 5-star
paying,
basketball
right?
player.
Nobody's
paying
paying
millions of dollars to go win basketball games.
Yeah, I mean, We'll start worrying about your shape once I start paying you to
once
do some athletic feats
exactly
on
like
the show.
My job is not the same as your job, LeBaron.
Like my guy. Ugh. We'll see if they all go to the IV bar tonight or this afternoon.
That's what we just need somebody posted up outside to catch them if they go in.
Yeah, they all need the NIL deal with the IV
That's
bar.
what it's got to be. You could have your own line of IVs. This is the LeBaron Philon
This is
special.
the Hooper, right? Oh man! So I'm going to take Alabama to win.
Yeah.
I'm going to take them to win 97. Not yet. The bad defense. Ooh, I'm going to take them to win 101.
Yeah.
I'm going to take them to win 101 to 85. I think it's going to be like that.
I'm right in there. I'm right in line with you. I think they get to the century mark tonight, and probably keep Texas pretty far away from it.
Well, all right. We'll have a lot of fun. Alabama basketball on Saturday. I don't know if I'm going to be there or not, Mason. There's a big football game on Saturday night.
That is true.
So
pretty dang good football game on Saturday night.
Oh,
maybe. I mean, it might be game of the year.
I hope not. I hope it isn't very dramatic, but I'm sure it will be.
I'm just very, very intrigued to see what a rematch between those two teams looks like. I think obviously Indiana has just continued to get better and better and better throughout the season. They've looked like the best team all year.
Oh, that's tonight. That game is tonight. Indiana, Oregon is tonight. I was teasing Packers Bears.
You're right. Yeah. Well, that too.
But I mean, you got a great weekend of football left. I think it's like,
oh man, now I'm super excited. I was thinking that game was Saturday this whole time.
No, it's tonight. It's tonight. You can just sit back and
now I'm juiced up, I'm ready to watch it.
You and Rusty can watch Fernando Mendoza. Fernando, you win this, you're playing a national championship in your hometown.
Good for you, man. I think Oregon might win this one.
Hard to beat a team twice.
Hard. And Oregon, I think, has really gotten a lot better since that game.
I agree with that. I think you're in for an epic one. I'm going to be actually downtown watching Napoleon Dynamite tonight.
Great movie.
Yeah, apparently.
I watched that, I don't know, a couple months ago, just on a whim, sitting at home one day.
Three or four of their actors are going to be in town at the Bama Theater.
That's
they're
cool.
going to show it, and we're going to show it and talk about it.
Is Pedro going to be there?
Yeah, Pedro, Napoleon,
might have to pull up.
And Uncle Rico.
Uncle Rico!
I can throw the ball over those mountains.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so
that's a great movie. This is one of my favorites.
He said, "Rusty, stop breathing." Is that me? Am I breathing in the microphone?
No, Rusty. That's Rusty the dog.
Okay,
he's if you've never spent any time with Rusty, all you can hear is him breathing.
Oh, I don't remember that.
He's an old dog.
Poor dog.
Doesn't breathe well. He's a little overweight. He's good though.
That's all right. We all are.
The vet said that he had good body condition, and that's what matters.
There you go. The vet says you're doing good, buddy.
Not great, but I'll take good.
There we go. All right, so we're getting out of here. Big football weekend. I think I had a buddy tell me there were 15 football games left this season, and 8 of them were this weekend.
Oh, wow.
Which I don't know if that was exactly accurate, but that's what he said, and it sounds good to say. So enjoy the football this weekend because it's almost exactly. It's the sands of time are running out.
Oh, we're almost to the dark time.
That's right. So
okay, that just means NFL draft, baby.
There we go. We'll count you down to the NFL draft. Where will Ty Simpson be drafted over the next couple of months? Right here on the Joe Gaither Show. We'll talk to you on Monday. Look, if we don't talk to you on Monday, it's because the Bears lost and I made some poor choices. So we will hopefully talk to you on Monday right here on the Joe Gaither Show on Bama Central, BamaCentral.com.
Thanks for joining us on today's edition of the Joe Gaither Show on Bama Central. Keep up with Joe on all his social media pages at Joe Gaither6. Subscribe, rate, and review the show on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and be sure to read us daily at BamaCentral.com.